So this is week 47. If you haven't paid attention, week 47 in 2022. We only have, what, 6 or 7 weeks left? 34 days left. It's crazy. This year is flying by. Who's out there? If you're out there, say hello. That way I can tell if chat's working. Live chat. See, if I would plan these better, I could have it on my laptop. I'm on my phone right now in my studio, as you can tell. And I could have this on my laptop, and that way I can see everything. Joe. Just Joe. Joe Kern, how are you, Joe? See, I wish I could bring you on, Joe. Put user in timeout. I don't want to do that. There's no options. Did you get your run in today, Joe? I just got mine in. Typically, I've been getting these in the morning on my days off, but today it was a little of a hectic day. But I got it in. Not feeling super great. I feel like I'm kind of battling a little bit of a cold thing. But day four of 10 miles or more, still rolling. Joe says, "Great, bud. A little under the weather. Got 4.5." Yeah, I'm not feeling great either. But since I promised myself I didn't want to quit my 10 miles or more each day on the fourth day, that would have been a poor effort. We'll see how I'm doing tomorrow. Been taking lots of vitamin C, drinking lots of water. I don't know what caused it. I don't know. Maybe had somebody in the family had something, but I don't think anybody else had anything. Maybe it was my decision to run in the cold rain the other day, and then stuff myself silly with food, and just completely demolished my immune system. So I've been getting a lot of questions about what I'm doing with this 10 miles a day thing. I don't even know yet. I'm just kind of doing it to kind of ramp back up into my training because I got to start my training block for my February race. And so I'm just kind of doing this, having fun. It usually, last time I did it for 14 days. So I'm going to see what I can do. But as of right now, this week, I got 5 runs in and a total of 8 hours and 28 minutes. 47.2 miles. I think the bad statistic for this week was the 6.5 hours of sleep average. That's a lot lower than I normally get, so I can feel it. I'm dragging. This is not a fantastic number, but I'm 1,184 miles for the year. I am 315.9 to go for the goal that I set at 1,500 for the year, and I'm 176 miles behind. So I'm doing some planned adversity to get myself back on track here. See what we can do. I'd love to kind of skid across the finish line again this year with 1,500. I hit 1,500. I did a video the night and I was talking about not hitting it. I went back and fact checked myself and realized that I did actually hit 1,500 miles last year. So. I think I've wanted to hit 2,000. I think 2,000 was the goal that I've wanted to set each year, and then I don't end up hitting that. So my fact checking proved that I was wrong and inaccurate in my own facts. So hopefully I'll hit 1,500 again this year. That's not too shabby. I realized that I've been doing pretty good. This watch, the Garmin the Garmin 945, I checked the total mileage on it. Just to see how many miles, because I was going to do a review on the watch. And the odometer on this, I've done 514 activities. I've run 3,968 miles with this watch. It's almost 4,000 miles with this watch. So I think it's about time to do a cool video where I talk about whether or not I think this watch sucks or not. And it's 759 hours of using this watch. So we'll see. We'll see where that goes. For a watch that I think I paid $600 for, it's a hard pill to swallow to buy another one, especially when this one does everything that you need it to do. So unless somebody sends me a watch to review, I don't know if we'll be getting another one anytime soon because this one does everything. Stuff I got to review. Path Projects. I don't know if any of you guys have seen, Bill Yang and Kafusi have done some partnerships with Path Projects. They sent me some clothes and shorts and stuff like that, hats, really good stuff, man. High quality. They're all really high quality clothes. So I'm looking forward to letting you all know my thoughts on those. You know, I'll try to be honest, but they were nice enough to send me the stuff. But first running the stuff and just looking at the quality of the clothes in comparison to a lot of the other stuff I wear, it's high quality. I know it's expensive, but it's definitely high quality stuff. Shoes, I think you guys have seen the shorts and stuff, not the literal running shorts, but the video shorts that I've produced where I the shoes that I'm running in right now. I have to do a review on the Mizuno Wave Rider 26 and the Mizuno Wave Sky 6, two fantastic shoes. These shoes are on the back wall, so I won't go and grab those, but I'm really liking those shoes a lot right now. But it's time for me to start hitting the trails again. The trails out in Prince William Park. That's where you see me run most of my trail videos over the last 7 years. I've all been in that park. It is now winter, and all the snakes and ticks will be gone, and so I can enjoy the woods without any added risk. I just didn't have a lot of time with all the baseball and softball to get out there, but I don't really run a ton out there during the summer and fall, the beginning of fall. But now I'm going to be out there in the winter. It's always fun to run out there in the snow. So what are you guys doing with the cold now? Who's got the coldest temps right now? We've had some days in the 30s, but today I think we were up in the 50s, and it's been raining. It's been overcast and crappy all day, so has not been fun. Absolutely been nasty, but got the Christmas tree up. Starting to get the decorations in the house up, and I got to do the external decorations, but I didn't put those out because I don't feel like doing it in the rain. Joe, what kind of under the weather are you? Hopefully it's not. Oh yeah, you told me. I forgot about that. Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. Forgot about that. 20. Yeah, it has kind of been like that here. Like there's days I'll get to work and it feels like it's like 39 degrees. I think it's like 39 degrees, and I go inside all day, and then I go out to run, and it's like 60. And then I've brought too much of the clothing, so I end up having to kind of adjust. I always have like a big box, a crate in my car that's got a bunch of clothes in it that I can switch out. But yeah, the extremes, the 30 and 40 degree extremes in the day, the change in the temperatures in the day is kind of crazy. And I walked outside to take my son to work tonight in the middle of my run, mind you. I'm running on my treadmill, and I'm at mile 6, and he texts me that he needs a ride to work, so I had to stop. I had to pause it. Didn't even want to do it to begin with, but I had to stop right in the middle of it. You've been working in the wind, sore throat, bad cough, nothing too crazy. Yeah, that's what I've had. I don't have any, like a temperature or anything right now, but like I have like that where it feels like swollen, like where the hole in the back of your throat is to go to your nose, whatever that's called. So it's a little bit of that. I'm going to say like a sore throat, but it's just like at the top of the throat back there. I'm not sure what it is. And I don't feel super great. I think I'm, probably about 80%. So not too bad, but not too good. Not bad enough. It didn't make me want to stop running today. So I got my run in, and day 4's in the books. So I'm happy about that. So for planned races, what's everybody got on the docket? I have nothing the rest of this year. I know that I wanted to kind of do like my own 100-miler. I just don't know logistically how I'm going to try to do that. That's a long time to do something. And I just got to figure out the logistics on that. If I can swing it, I would love to do it. That would be awesome to get something like that in. I've just been thinking about where to do it, what would be the home base without creating, 20,000 feet of elevation gain for myself where I live. So still working on that. I'm not sure how that's going to turn out. So, but other than that, I don't think I'm going to kind of do any of the what do they call them? The fat ass races at the end of the year. I don't think I'll be doing any of those. So the next official race that I'll be signing up for will be the IC8, down in Lake Anna. You guys probably seen the videos that I've done for that. That's always a fun race. Last year, it's usually pretty cold. I mean, the wind is brutal coming off the lake there. But last year, the sun and everything, I think there had been a bunch of rain, so it was a complete muddy mess. Absolutely tore like my lower abdominal muscles up, just the stabilizers and everything. Still did pretty good, but I'm still trying to. I would love to hit 40 miles in 8 hours there, and it's tough because it's got some climbing in it, and it's a rough course. So that's a fun race. 8 hours. That's probably let's say the shortest. No, I've done some 50Ks. I was going to say that was the shortest race I've done in a while, but it's a lot of running, a whole lot of running. So it is a fun time, the length of time to run. Now my throat's starting to hurt from talking. I should have thought this one out. Yeah, your throat hurts. Why don't you get on and do a live stream? I wasn't going to do it. I just didn't think I'd have time. There's a late nap going on upstairs with the little one and the wife. And I'm down studio, just finished running. So I thought I'd take some time to hop on here, unplanned like always. I was going to plan something, but I didn't want to plan it and then not be able to do it just with what's going on tonight. So how's everyone doing? End of the year. Are you feeling good about the goals you set for the year? Are you this and riding this out? Are you doing what I talked about in my last video? Or you're just like, I'm walking this thing in. Not worried about doing too much more the rest of this year. You put in your work and you're good to go. I know, Joe, you did some pretty good mileage this year. I don't think you beat last year though. Last year you because you ran across the state. I'm not sure if that put you over the top. Planning for that, training for that. How close are you to 2,000? Did you hit 2,000 yet? I know you're way ahead of me by 200-300 miles when we were doing the Yeti 100. And I need to do a live stream with you, Joe. So hopefully you got a head set up so we can talk about the Yeti 100. You didn't hit your goal, 21 last year. Yeah, you crushed it last year, 2,100. You smoked it. Only 1,600 this year? It's a steep drop-off after the Yeti, man. Because I thought you were probably, around? Well, I guess it's been 2 months since Yeti. I can't believe it's been that long. Does it feel better not to have the? I guess you can still get. Not that you want to hit 2,000, but if you're not feeling great, and we are already in December basically. 1 month, Joe, you could knock it out. 500-mile month. Just run across a different state. Run across Virginia or something. Come down here. Rock it out. I always say I want to do 2,000, but just logistically, it just never works out that way with timing of the summer. That's a half marathon every day. That's easy, Joe. Easy. Half marathon every day. There's people doing that. I believe in you, Joe. The 2,000 mile goal for me, I've found is just too many miles because of the summer. You guys, for those of you who follow me, like during the summer because of travel ball, like I just can't get the mileage in, like the amount of mileage in that I need to maintain through the summer. So you usually will see me around the summer. Everything kind of dips a little bit. So I'm going to have to deal with that next year too. And I realized that I think I did, Joe, I don't know if you remember, I think I did like an 8 or 11 week training block just before Yeti. And, I dipped for the summer and then kind of brought it back up. And, I think I was pretty good with that. I was worried that I wasn't going to have a long enough training block, but I think that was pretty good because I came in pretty fresh and felt really strong in Yeti. So I probably do the same thing again. I'll probably get some more, you try to get a little more volume, low heart rate volume in there, but I don't know if I'd want to do a whole lot more than what I did this year. I felt good. Joe has a big announcement for next year coming soon. Where are you announcing that, Joe? You announce it to me. You have a special group of people you're going to announce it to. Or is it going to be on TV? Maybe. It might be. You've been on TV. Maybe here tonight. Now, I don't want you to announce your stuff too early. Like we can do a live stream and we can announce it because I need to have you on anyways. So it's up to you. If I can actually be good and disciplined and run my channel like a professional, I could schedule a live stream and have you on, and you can talk about what it is if you want, or you can just blurt it out. But that's not as fun, I don't think. You gonna run across America? That was just my guess. I'm sitting here waiting for someone else to talk. 3,000 miles past 2 years. 26:55 this year. One marathon left to go. That's outstanding. Idle. Is that Idle Lawrence? I can't. LD Lawrence. Sorry, it's really small. 3,000 miles. That's the past 2 years. 6,000 miles the past 2 years. Wait. Is it 3,000 miles total for the last 2 years or 3,000 miles each year? Probably each year. That's 6,000 total. That's crazy. 26:55 this year. That's an outstanding. That's amazing. So what do your weeks look like? Or you just have, training plans and, training blocks and ramp up and do big races and go through it like that? Or are you just a high volume? Obviously, you're high volume to run that much in a year. 75-ish? Wow. That's awesome. I wish I had the time to do that consistently. I think the the biggest mileage I've had is when I did, I think last year when I did the 80 miles back to back. And that was just 2 weeks. I couldn't imagine doing 75 like just consistently all the time. It would be fun though. I'd love to mix it up with trail and roads, but I feel like in my life, I pretty much would go to work and then I'd run. That's all I would do. I don't like being married, so that would be tough. My kids would forget what I look like. That's a ton of mileage. Do you have any issues with ran Trans Rockies this year, slowed me down? That seems like an epic run though. That's awesome. So do you just run a lot of just kind of low heart rate miles, like just getting them in? Or hey, running geek girl, how are you? Hey Arlene, how are you? Welcome to the stream. So do you do high mile? I mean, this low heart rate, high mileage, or are you actually doing training blocks and stuff like that? Like, there's no way that I could run a lot of fast miles that way. I mean, right now when I'm doing these 10 each day, it's a lot. I have to do on the treadmill just so I can avoid the hills, because I couldn't go outside every day and just do hills where I live every single day. It would just tear me up. But maybe I'd actually become a stronger runner and lose some weight and not be so fat, which I still got to lose like 20 pounds. And I've done terrible with that this year. Large, low heart rate, and training block for marathons. Awesome. How many marathons a year do you do? I would love to do a marathon again. That's one thing I haven't done in a number of years. The Marine Corps marathon kind of irritated me. 3 a year? Nice. Yeah, the only marathon I would do each year would be the Marine Corps marathon. I mean, I would do a lot of marathons like on my treadmill and by myself, but like official marathons would always do the Marine Corps marathon. And then during COVID, I did the 50K, virtual 50Ks, and I hit my 10, I think I had 8 finishes. Shows that I technically have only done one marathon, but just a whole bunch of them back to back across your state too. But like the Marine Corps marathon, like I'm in the runners club, so I get an automatic entry every year. And then I think I had 7 or 8 official finishes, and then I was hoping to get my 10-year patch. But because after the fact, they said the virtual races don't count. So I did 250Ks to complete my 10 official finishes with the Marine Corps Marathon. They said, sent a message out saying they weren't going to count those finishes. So I think that they did that because there was going to be such a large increase of people being entered into the runners club that they just said that those don't count. I mean, I get why they did it. They probably they can't give everyone in the world an automatic entry every year because that's going to grow every year, and I think it just allowed way too many people to do it. That's the only thing I could think of. But it was annoying. So this past year I did do it, and I was pouting. Took my ball, went home. Boston, second time in April. I got to go catch up. Running Geek Girl said, I've stepped back to half marathons, but I'd love another 50K. I love half marathons. Those are such a fun distance. Before I got into marathons, half marathons were my love. I love doing them. I think the most I did was like 8 or 9 in a year. Love that distance. My first trail race was actually a half marathon too. Boston 2 times in April, Jacksonville in 2 weeks. Nice. So you've done Boston 2 times. Sorry if I'm not reading that correctly. I would love to do that race, but I'm not fast enough. I'd have to get like a charity or something. Arlene said, I did the MCM a few weeks ago. The weather was perfect. Yeah, it is such an awesome race. I'm kind of upset myself with pouting and not doing it, but with the Yeti at the end of September, it just kind of threw off what I would normally do, which would be the Marine Corps Marathon and the JFK 50, and I couldn't do that. Unbeknownst to me, I could have signed up for those because I only did 56 miles of the Yeti, so still could have raced. Joe said, I'd like to try Jacksonville, run over the bridge. They're correct. Yeah, I like to do Jacksonville. I used to live in the suburbs of Jacksonville when I was growing up, so I'd like to do that too. Carver family, glad I was able to catch you live again. Hope you and the family have been doing good. We're doing good. I hope you are doing good. Everybody's getting older. Got college kids and kids that have kids and kids that are starting to drive and 3-year-old. I got middle school, 3-year-old, high school, college. I'm all over the place, man. Life is crazy. The Jacksonville is flat, but when is it? Is it hot? Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to do it really hot. Second time coming up, it's got to be old. So I just don't know. I think, I could probably get myself down to, just under a sub. I think my fastest marathon, I don't think I ever really trained properly before. It was like a 4:07. So I'm not super fast. But I think if I spent some time, I think my aerobic base is a lot stronger than it used to be. So I could probably work on some speed work and get there. But there's no way I could get down to a 3:30. I don't think. I don't know. Maybe I could. I'd have to lose about 30 pounds probably. 40 start usually heats up at the end. Yeah. Well, and I know in the Marine Corps Marathon, when it would heat up to like 60, it felt like 100 in this last 4 miles. Carver family said, when I first started watching, I think you had the little one that's 3 now. Yeah. Yeah, Addie is 3. We did the announcement, so we had just kind of tailed off, but it wasn't really doing too much of the family vlogging anymore because this channel used to be what started off as a running channel, and then this channel kind of merged into family vlogging, and I just talked about running. So that's kind of the history. Back in 2015, this channel was an actual running channel. Geek Girl said, I have to take 2 hours off my marathon time. That ain't happening. People do it. You can do it. It just takes a lot of training and discipline and a lot of work. It does. I think you can get there, but I don't think I've ever really done like a really good, honest training block for a marathon. I think I just ran whatever. I kind of do that all over. I just run by feel. I know that I need to have some long runs in. I know I need to build up, a base, and so I just kind of run by feel. So I'm terrible with that. You thought that too. And some people are just gifted. There's plenty of people out there that don't do a really good training block, and they just go out and crank like a 3:30, 3:20. It's insane to me. I meet people all the time. They're like, I was never really a runner, and I just went out and ran. And I go, what'd you run? And they're like 3:30, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. 65 is super hot for a race. I don't care what anybody says. When you're in a marathon, that's super hot. Arlene said, how about the Sierra Club 100K hike on April 22nd? It's DC to Harper's Ferry. That would be beautiful. I think you tell me about this all the time. Like, about these other cool races around here. I need to actually expand where I run, because that sounds like a really cool. I love running Harper's Ferry. JFK 50 is, you're dumping off of the AT right there where Harper's Ferry is. Joe said there should be a waiver for the gravity impaired like myself. Yeah, yeah, they should have a weight class. Like they should allow a certain amount of people that are just bigger runners that are able to slog. Know your age. Oh, you made it to 65. Okay, I got you. Not the temperature. All right, sorry. A little slow on the uptake here. I got a little screen, no glasses, and multiple things going on. So yeah, the history of the channel, for those of you who didn't know, running channel merged into family vlogging, and I think I probably did close to 400 videos in that. And I took down, I think, about 1.2 million views worth of videos to kind of focus this channel when I kind of went back into just focusing on my running on this channel instead of starting a whole nother channel. And family vlogging became very hard. I mean, did it for years and went to all the playlist lives and met all the famous people. And, I got a lot of friends that are still doing a lot of other niches and vlogging and stuff like that. So the best time, created a lot of really cool memories. I'm not upset about doing that at all. It was a lot of fun. I still wish we were doing it though, because I like capturing all those memories and editing them into a video. Those are priceless. You said you were 270. Lawrence said 270 cut to 215 and older. All right. So what's the qualifying for 65? It's probably still sub 4, right? Around 4. I just got to wait out to 65. 405. I've got 20 years. That's a long time to stay healthy. That's awesome though. So not only have you been running for a long time, you've stayed healthy and qualified for Boston. That's a big accomplishment. I don't think it's just getting easier. If you can still run 405 at 65, that's fantastic. So the Berlin Marathon Lottery is Friday. I'm hopeful but doubtful I'll get in. Is it just an equal, like, do you get any kind of points like they do with Western states, like how many times you've applied or anything like that? Or is it just a straight lottery? Well, your chance is as good as anyone if it's just a straight lottery, right? Upcoming races for me, like I said, the IC8, 346 at Boston last year. That's awesome. Yeti lottery, I got to check on that. So that's what I was getting ready to go into. So like the Yeti lottery, I'm going to be applying for that, obviously. Got to get into Yeti and run that. Get that big 100 finish there. Sorry, my throat's starting to get to me. Then I'll be doing the 24-hour race, 24-hour Adventure Trail race. I'll be doing that race again. And after that, I'm not sure. I like to look into something else because I don't think I can do the 12-hour race, the 12-hour Adventure Trail race, which I love that race. That's a fun race too, because that's right before Yeti too. But I will think I'll probably go out there and film and volunteer for that race, just try to get back. I didn't do that this year, but I definitely would like to try to do it. I need to look in some races, but again, Summers with me travel ball is just tough. Arlene said straight lottery except for the elite. 10% of entrants. 10%? Wow. Oh, you can just drop that time down, Arlene, and just become an elite. Do they have elite by age groups? Age group elites? That'd be a cool thing. All right. Well, it looks like we have 11 people on. I can't see everybody. That's upsetting for me. All right, half an hour of your time. I appreciate everyone hopping on here. Got all my stats out. 10 more miles tomorrow and the next day and the next day. I'm going to try to finish out this year. We'll see what happens with that. So I appreciate you all hopping on here. It's good talking to all of you. I would thank everybody who was on, but I can't see who was on. But I will set up a live stream here soon, and I like that because I can allow people to join and talk. So it's not just me babbling on and on and on. So thanks, everyone. Happy Sunday. Thanks, Arlene and Joe and Lawrence and all the rest of you, and running Geek Girl. It doesn't roll off my tongue very well. And whoever else was out here, the Carver family. Thank you all for hopping on. Have a good week, and if you're running, get out there, get moving, enjoy this cool weather, and I will see you soon. Larry. Okay. All right. Hey, Mickey. How are you? All right. I'm going to go eat some supper or take a shower, then eat some supper, and go play with the little one, see if she's up from her nap yet, which has lasted way too long. So I'll talk to you all soon. See if I can figure out how to end the stream. Hey, hit that thumbs up on the way out. Tell YouTube you like me. Later. Oh, Larry Lawrence. Okay, now I'm getting it. I'm a little slow tonight. Why doesn't it give you the full name? Doesn't it normally have your full name? Or is that just on Strava or something? I don't know. Who knows? No, you missed it. I'm sorry, Michael. Well, next time, this is you have a. I can't. Same to you. Yeah, I didn't plan it. I didn't set it and schedule it, but next one will be scheduled. I promise you, and I will schedule it days in advance so everyone can plan. That's my promise to you. I'll get better. I appreciate